everybody, happy Sunday. Today is February the 19th. I am going to start seeds today. So I thought I would show you a little bit of what I'm doing. I seed start using a soil blocker, and actually Harley 3D printed me this single soil blocker, so we're going to try that today. So I'm going to show you how I do this. First, I'm starting out with, I don't know if you can see here. Okay, I have my potting soil. It's very, very wet. If I squeeze it, okay, water comes out. So when you're doing a soil block, when you're using a soil block, you want to make sure that you have your soil very, very wet. I am currently using this Whitney Farms organic potting soil. I chose to try this one this year. It had a lot of things about it that I really liked. It tells you, first thing, it tells you some of the things that's in it. Some soils actually don't, and I don't like that. This one tells you that, here we go. It's used, formulated from processed forest products, sphagnum moss, poultry litter, alfalfa meal, and kelp meal. Okay, so I really like those ingredients, so I was happy to use this. Now this is a potting soil and not a seed starting soil. I think that potting soil is perfectly fine to use. The only difference really is that you're going to get some bigger chunks like this, and then you could just, like, you know, discard those. The other thing is that your seed starting mix is usually going to have vermiculite. Vermiculite's pretty inexpensive to buy, so I just add, and I don't have very much left, but I'm going to add what I have left in here. Vermiculite is just this little stuff, if you can see it. I add that in there. It helps hold moisture in your soil. I gotta get more of that. And I'm actually also going to add some blood meal. I don't add a whole lot at the beginning. This is organic. And it's a source of nitrogen, and a lot of your plants are going to like nitrogen to get started. So I just add just a little bit, because you don't want too much nitrogen in there, but just a little bit helps it out a good bit. Later on, once my seeds pop and are doing well, I use fish fertilizer. Yeah, it smells disgusting, but it is great for all of your plants. So that's what we use later. That you mix that with water, and then it's great for your bottom watering situation, which is how I like to water my plants. So after you have everything in here, you just go about and you mix it around, and I will show you what it looks like with the vermiculite in there. So again, everything here is organic. Pretty well mixed. So now that you have it all mixed, that's how it looks, which it looks just like your potting mix, or just like your seed starting mix that you would buy. Okay, now we're going to use this, and I'm going to slide this over a little bit, and I'm going to aim the camera down so that you can see what it looks like when I pop these out. Okay, let me get adjusted here. And here's my tray. I'm just using these, I think they're called 1020 trays. They're plastic. These ones are nothing special because I just haven't bit the bullet to go out and buy the really expensive, really nice ones. These ones are just your Jiffy seed starting trays. You can buy them for a couple bucks at the Lowe's, the Walmart, whatever. Sometimes they come with the 72 cell packs inside. I'm not using those. I still have them, but I'm not using them right now because I actually really prefer this soil blocking method. So let me turn you around. Aim you down here. Aim you down a little more. Okay, hopefully you don't fall. Okay, so what you want to do, I'm going to move you closer too. Okay. What you want to do is take your seed soil blocker and you're just pushing it down, okay? And you want to really have it packed in there. See how it packs? Okay? Now watch this. Back you up. Okay, ready? Squeeze it it down, and there you go. Those ones didn't turn out super beautiful. That's okay. It's gonna leave you, I don't know if you can see, it's gonna leave you a little crevice right here for putting your seeds in. The soil blockers come with different sized, those are called a dibbler. They come with different sized dibblers on the bottom. I use a shallow one because I'm not seed starting anything that requires a really deep spot, a deep hole. So I'm gonna really, the trick is really making sure. Okay. I'm gonna put it here. Okay. Hello. It's a windy day, so you guys just went ass over tin cups. Okay. Go see if you need some, please. Okay. Anyways, like I was saying, the trick is to make sure that you get it very compact, okay? You want it really, really in there. And I may not even have it quite wet enough, which is it's fine. Okay? Really compact in there. Let's go again. Okay. There we go. That's a better looking block. I don't know if you can see. Okay. So that's what you're looking for. And then what you do is you just sit your seed in there, and then you're going to go back in. Sorry, I'm all over the place today. You're just going to drop your seeds in that little dibble that's in there, and then you're just going to go back over and you're going to sprinkle soil on top of it, and that's what you'll have. Okay, I'm going to put you guys on a time lapse, and I'm going to fill these up. Okay, I have the first tray ready to go. And I actually love this little soil blocker that Harley made me. It makes the cutest little blocks. I wish it was just a tiny bit smaller, and I might actually have her make me a smaller one, and I'll show you why later. But I just want to see. We got beautiful, even soil blocks. I left a space right here because I like to do something called bottom watering. And so when I have my watering can, and I have that little spot there, then I can fill it up and not disturb any of my soil. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and put seeds in. Okay, the first seeds that I'm going to plant in here are my eggplants, because they need a good 10, sometimes 10 to 12 weeks. So I'm a little bit behind, but that's okay. I'm starting with my eggplants. I'm doing my Turkish orange and my Black Beauty. The Black Beauty is just, it's the classic eggplant. It is the easiest one to grow. The Turkish orange, I tried last year and I didn't have very good success with it. So I have a few more seeds and I'm gonna go ahead and use them up. They say they have a very mild flavor, not bitter, very smooth, and just a really great eggplant. So I really wanna give them a try. Now, some things that we should talk about really quickly when you're seed starting. It does tell you how many weeks, okay? You should start them inside before planting them outside. This date is based on your last frost date. Now, all you have to do to find your last frost date is pop onto Old Farmer's Almanac, type in your zip code, and it's going to tell you when your last frost date is. Don't be fooled though. This year it says that my last frost date is April 27th. I don't think I've ever seen a last frost on April 27th. Usually it's more like May 5th, and a lot of people in my area go by the rule of thumb that you don't plant anything before Memorial Day. So if you're like a week behind like I am, it's perfectly fine because you have plenty of time. This, starting them early like this does play an important role depending on your zone, depending on when your last frost date is, because some things take a lot of days to give you a crop. So this will give, this takes 80 days. Some of your things like your squash, those take 100 days, 105 days. So you really want to make sure that you pay attention to these dates on your packet, because it's going to tell you when you need to plant them to be able to get a good harvest. Okay, so that's why these dates are important. If you have any more questions about that, just pop them down in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them. I'm not a complete expert here, I'm still learning, so I will do my best to answer them as they come in. But here, I'm going to put you back on the time lapse and I'm going to get these things seeded. I'm just checking back in here really quickly. One thing I do want to mention is that the depth that you start your seeds is very important. A rule of thumb that I've been taught is no more than twice the size of the seed. So the width of the seed, that's how far you want to plant it. Now your eggplants are, let me get you a seed here. See, they're very tiny. They're not the tiniest seeds, but they're pretty small. So you wouldn't want to really plant them any more than 1/4 of an inch deep, because then that would be too much soil on top of them, and they would expend all their energy trying to actually just get out of the soil. So some of them might not even be able to germinate because there'd be just too much weight of the soil on top of them. And then by the time they actually would even crest out of the soil, they wouldn't even have enough energy to continue growing. So it's very, very important that you pay attention to your depth when you're planting. Some packets will tell you that see, this does actually say 1/4 inch deep, but the rule of thumb is twice as deep as they are wide. There you go. Okay, so here we are. We have our first couple rows in. Now these are just the plants that I'm planting for my own garden. I actually have many more eggplants to plant for my market garden, and I'm also going to be selling plant starts this year. So I have a lot more eggplants, but these are just the ones that I'm starting for my own garden. As you can see, I just sprinkled a little bit of dry soil right on top of those soil blocks just to take some of those big chunks off there. Just to cover the seed, that's all you really want. You don't really pack them down that much, just give it a little tap and it's totally good to go. And then you should have germination, and the seed packet should tell you. It will tell you germinate 5 to 14 days. So in about a week to 2 weeks, we should see little baby eggplants popping up. Now I have a lot more to do, so I am going to go ahead and get going. Okay, there's one more thing that you guys should know about seed starting. Well, there's probably a lot more things that you should know about seed starting, but we're gonna start with this one. Let me get this really quickly down here, and I'll show you what I mean. I really need a better tripod, better camera, better everything. Okay. When seed starting, it is very important to keep the humidity and warmth inside, okay? So you can use these that come with these seed starting trays. Works out really, really good. I've had these for a couple years, so they're not great. But also what I really like to just use is some plain old plastic wrap. You can use that just fine. It works just as good. The only thing that I like about these a little bit better is that I can keep my signs straight up and I don't have to lay them down. When I'm using the saran wrap, I just lay my signs down by the side so that I know what I planted where. Okay guys, and that does it for today. Harley came in and she helped out, like, she came in clutch, man. She came in and she soil blocked everything for me, and I hurried up and put the seeds in. So this is what we have for today. I have peppers and medicinal herbs and celery, and I'm not sure even what else I have all in here, but no tomatoes yet. That'll be in another couple weeks. But oh, eggplants. Yeah, so everybody's in here and happy. As you can see, we're already heating up. We have that greenhouse effect, which is really going to help these guys sprout. I'll be starting more seeds all week long, and probably every week from now until, well, till we start putting them in the ground. So anyways, we had the door and the window open all day, and we're still sitting pretty at 80. The sun's out, and it's about 4:30, so we should be doing good. I'm going to keep an eye on the temperature overnight, and if I have to, I'll bring these in, but I'm really hoping that we can just leave them out here. And as you can see, the grow lights are on. Yeah, so we're doing good. I have a lot more peppers to start this week because, like I said, I want to sell some seed starts this year. So fingers crossed we get that all done. I just want to say thank you for hanging out. There's my little best farm dog in the world, Frenchie, named Jade. Hi, Jade. Oh, yeah, she's a good girl. Oh, my God. Yeah, look at her. And I hope you guys have a great night. And that's going to do it for my video for today. I'll keep you guys all posted on these. We will see you in the next video.